Hi, Nikki here from Purple Patch Fishing. Well, I'm in Malakuta. It's overcast, there's a bit of a breeze. I'm going to show you something special today to catch those black bream. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I think you're going to like this. Okay, plan of attack today. There are quite a few prawns around in the system at the moment, so I'm going to imitate those prawns. To do that, I'm going to use the Sprat 75. It really looks like a prawn. So I'm going to look for weed edges and rocky outcrops where prawns might be living. Cast the lure into the edge, skip it along the top like a prawn, and then let it sink. The gear I'm using for that is, I've got my soft plastics rod. It's a 1 to 3 kilo rod and it's very fast tapered. What that means is it gives me a lot of grunt to be able to set that single hook into the fish's mouth. I've got a 2000 size reel. I'm using light braid. I've got 4-pound leader on. I don't need heavy leader. There's no real structure around. Now the most important thing is this jig head. So it's on a number size 2 hook. But the weight I'm using is a 132 ounce jig head. It's really light. Now the Sprat 75s are made of a floating material, so that after I've skipped it across the top, that light jig head enables that lure just to slowly sink and mimic that prawn. And once it hits the bottom, the bream are going to eat it. And it's deadly. The colour I'm starting with is machete. It's a sort of a 2-tone colour. It's got UV in it. I think it's going to be a deadly combination. So let's go. So I'm sure when you've been out fishing, you've seen prawns. They skip across the top of the water and then they stop. So Mr. Bream's sitting down there and he sees that prawn skimming across the top and then drop, and oh, easy meal for me. So he goes over and grabs it. So that's exactly what these Sprat 75s do. They're straight across the top and then letting it drop. And then, so that's why also it's been picked up off the bottom fairly quickly after it's dropped. Because they just go, oh, that's easy. Take that one, thank you. So this weed bed, I've got gaps over on the edge. I can see flashes, I can see the bream. So casting it in there and just working across the top and then letting it drop and waiting. And those bream are picking it up on that first drop. So if I don't get a hit, I'm just going to ride it back in and then just move my cast up again. Constantly looking for those little flashes. I've got my hand on the reel ready. As soon as that lure hits the water, I'm winding. I don't want it to sink and then bring it back up again. I just want it to, so I'm at the ready with my winding hand the whole time. And then let it sink. And I wind it about maybe a metre. I just saw another flash there. So and I'm just on the other side of it, there's all rocks in there and they're feeding. So, oh, I'm on. No, I'm snagged. Just had a hit. Bugger. I'll do that one again. I can see there's a they're rolling and feeding. So that's why I'm getting my lure in there. Drop it on his head. And I'm watching the line and waiting to see that tick. Sometimes it's so light you actually see it in the line but don't feel it in the rod. There it is. Oh, he was only little. Oh, just check my lure. Sometimes I foul it up, but that's all right. Just letting it pause because our bream do like it on the pause. Just trying a slightly different spot. This bank's great because the wind is going this way onto the bank, so it's stirring things up. It's also giving the fish protection, but it also pushes food onto the bank. So a really good place to start looking. Oh, come on! I lifted and there was weight, but I think they're little. There's quite a few little ones in here. They're not really committing to the cause. I have just put some scent on my lure. I love scent. I think it makes a huge difference. So I always use it on my soft plastics. I think it just helps them. They'll come back a second time, hopefully. Another flash. There's plenty of them in there. Oh, there's a fish on it. Fish on it. Tick, tick, tick. Pull! He's only a little one. I knew there was little ones in there. Look at that. Isn't he cute? Let's just grab that one. Look at that, right in the corner of the jaw there. Oh, that was fun. I think I'll get him back to the nursery. Just brought it across the water about a metre or so. I'm constantly watching, there's little flashes absolutely everywhere. Got my hand on it ready to go. So as soon as that lure hits the water, I'm winding. There's more flashes right over the back there. Just as I hit it. Must be another little one having a go. I prefer the bigger ones. Feed on that. Because it's so visual along here, the water's quite clear, but I can actually see the weed and the rock. So because I'm skipping the lure across the surface, I can then see when I need to stop because I come over the weed and then stop it right at the edge or just past. So a vital piece of equipment. Oh, I just spooked a big floodie. There's a puff of dust under there. Wow. Interesting. We're also just mooching along the bank. When I see flashes, or was that a tick? I see flashes, we sort of stop, give it a bit of a run, and then move on. But we're just generally, oh, that was a big tug. There it is. That's a better sized bream. He just picked that up off the bottom as I was talking. That's what I like to see. He's a bit bigger than the last little effort. Alright, that's good. I'll keep that tension on. We've got plenty of time. He's at the boat. I've just now, there's weed out here, so he's trying to get into it. Once I get his head up to the surface, you're good. Get that. Oh, love it when a plan comes together. Oh, let's get that out of the net and show you. Well, there you go. He obviously thought that was a prawn. It had come down and sat on the bottom. That colour is machete, and he loved it. Woohoo! I love these quality Malakuta bream. So much fun. Let's get him back, hey? Oh, that Sprat 75 is working an absolute treat. I think I could become addicted to this type of fishing. I do love soft plastic fishing and my hard bodies, but this is just, I'm really enjoying this today. I suppose it helps when you're catching fish. Oh, that's a better one. That's a better one. Oh shit. Oh, he's not happy. Oh shit. I'm just actually, he's going for the snag over there. I've just do my drag up a little bit until I can get him closer to the boat. Once I've got him close to the boat, I'll back that drag off, but yeah, he went like a cut snake. So there was all these dark, and I saw a light patch and I went, oh, I bet you there's a bream in there. Perfect cast over the top. Oh. Coming down the front of the boat, we're going to do that. So yeah, I saw this hole, cast just past it, and brought the lure in, let it drop in there, and felt him. He's not happy. I think I've got him actually, I think I've got him pinned under the chin this time. No, he's in the corner of the mouth again. He's just a bit angrier. So he's close to the boat now. I'm just going to back my drag off just a bit. He'll run again, but I need to take my time. I'm in there out in the open. There's a bit of weed there, but you've got to let them run when they need to run. This is a better fish actually. Oh, that's a bit better, that fish. Wow, look at that. Well, that's a beautiful 42. It's going back now. Wow, look at that. Off it goes. There's nothing better, I reckon, than letting those really big ones go. It's great fun to catch them, but yeah, letting them go just up there too. Oh. We're gonna have to chase him. There's a rocky edge here. Just let it drop right down the bottom. And then I gave it a couple of real big twitches like a prawn, and then let it drop. Tick, he took the bait. Come on. Yes. Oh, open my bail arm so I don't break my rod. That was great, I love that. Wow, this has been such a deadly technique. Casting that Sprat 75 into the edge and working it back. Look at that fish. I hope I've given you enough information so that you can go out and replicate exactly what I've done and catch yourself some nice bream. I'll catch you next time on the water.